Welcome to our lunch and learn session, and it's going to be all about clarity, calm and confidence today, all around using coaching with 3 principles. So can I just kind of get a take on, because I know that we've got some people that we either haven't seen for a while or we don't really know. So who's already a coach? Hands up if you're already a coach. Fantastic. And who's curious about how 3 principles can help you in your lives and also in your careers? And we've also got a few people here that are already either done the program and finished the program or about to. So hands up who's done the 3 Principles coaching program. So we've got the lovely Liz and we've got the wonderful Angela here today. Have been through our accredited advanced diploma in coaching with 3 principles. So the reason that we do the lunch and learn sessions is just really to give everyone a flavour of what coaching with 3 principles is, what it feels like, but also just kind of give you a bit of information about what we've got from it and what our delegates and coachees get from it. So Steve and I have been using 3 principles for a number of years, certainly more so probably in the last maybe 4 or 5 years. And essentially, it's kind of what it says on the tin. This is what we've got from utilising 3 principles. So we both feel much calmer. We've got more clarity about what we want in our lives and also what we want in our businesses. We're making more congruent decisions based on who we really are and what's really, really important to us, rather than the kind of what our egos are saying, oh, you should do this, you should do that. It's all about who we really are now. And we use 3 principles coaching. Obviously, we run the 3 principles program, but both of us are professional coaches as well as trainers. So we use this in our coaching practices with our clients, and we're getting really, really great results with them. So what we're finding is that we're not just at that surface level. We're going much deeper with our clients, getting much more deep and long-lasting results that's making a real difference. So the aim today is just to give you a little flavour of what that's like, answer any questions that you've got about 3 principles, and then at the end, if you're happy with that, we'll give you just a little bit of information about the programme that we run, which the next one is starting in May this year. So Steve, I'm going to hand over to you.
So what I'm going to do is explain the 3 principles in 2 minutes. So we think the 3 principles are the principles by which govern everything in the way we experience life. And the first principle is all about our perceptual system. So many of us think that we're affected by outside events or other people, and they can make us feel happy or sad or angry or whatever. Most people kind of think that they see the world through a pair of eyes and hear what's going on through their ears and have other senses. But essentially, we're not looking at a movie screen through our eyes. We are the projectionist. So our brains are what's called predictive. They're best guessing what's going on outside us all the time. So has anyone ever here gone to a meeting or gone to an event and you've seen someone who looks just like one of your friends, and then you realise they're not one of your friends, they're somebody else, somebody new? And the fact the next day they come in and they've got their hair worn completely differently and they look nothing like them. So we're continually predicting onto everything we see through and hear through our senses based on what's in our script, our mental models, which is really interesting because it means that nothing from outside can bother us everything comes from inside. In other words, our feelings are based on what we're projecting out onto that person or that event. Which, once we kind of realize that everything's coming from inside, our brain kind of learns and new neuron pathways build up. And we realize that, hey, that traffic isn't bothering me anymore. That car speeding, it's all coming from inside me and my take on it. So just a bit of an example of the predictive brain. You're listening to the words I'm saying, right? You're taking in everything I'm saying, and you're predicting the next words that are going to come out of my ear. What did you want me to say? My mouth, didn't you? My mouth. So we're continuing predicting, and we're projecting everything out. The second principle, I guess, is one called mind. And who taught you how to walk and talk? Was it your mum or dad? Did they get a book, a download, whatever, to teach you how to walk and talk? The truth is, you kind of had an instinct to tap into your inner wisdom, to tap into something where you naturally learn to walk by copying people. And you learn to talk by listening to words and your carer or mum and dad pointing out, doggy. And you as a 2-year-old would go, doggy. So we learn to walk and talk. We're not taught to do it. And that, we believe, comes from a source. Has anybody ever had a quiet mind and you've suddenly had a great idea? You've suddenly had an idea. Where do you generally get your best ideas from? Walking the dog.
Having a bath.
Having a bath, having a shower. Usually when your mind's quiet. So when your mind's quiet, that's when you can tap into this inner wisdom. So when we're coaching, we tend to have a quiet mind as coaches. When we're selling, we tend to have a quiet mind. And we're just listening to what's going on. And then we get insights about maybe the next question to ask. And the coach will also get insights into what is bubbling up for them. And the third one is, we also experience the world through something called consciousness. In other words, what gets brought to our senses depends on our kind of neurological development. So 500 years ago in this country, we had King Henry VIII on the throne, which was all very good. But if you watch any documentaries about King Henry VIII or any dramas, you'll see he gets displeased by somebody, and the next minute they're being hung, drawn, and quartered, and or maybe even dunked in a bath of oil. We certainly wouldn't do things like that now. So our level of consciousness has been increasing as a human race in different parts of the world at different speeds. So now we wouldn't dream of punishing people in that way. Up to 200 years ago, slaves were allowed. It was a legal thing that people could keep slaves. But the British Navy started trying to stop the slave trade. But even into 1820, people were given reparations because they had slaves. It was the slave owners that were given the reparations. So for us these days, we just couldn't imagine living like that or how people were treated. Around the same time, we used to deport people for stealing loaves of bread. We'd send them to Australia, which was a form of punishment. In more recent times, up until 1967, somebody could be arrested and imprisoned for what they used to call homosexual acts. And right up to the present day, it was 2012 when gay marriage was legalized. And now that just seems like, what you mean we didn't legalize stuff like that? That's so normal. So our levels of consciousness have increased. And so we see the world from a different place. It's almost like imagine there's an elevator with a glass wall on the outside, and you go up a high skyscraper. At the lower levels, it's all like Coronation Street and EastEnders. Everyone's arguing, fighting, but as you get up higher and higher, you start to see the world from a different place. So those kind of essentially are the three principles, but the main kind of useful one for most of us is realizing that everything comes from me. It's all coming from inside. So it's very empowering. So one of the things we'd like to do is maybe do a coaching demo. I did say to Kali, who do you think might turn up that would want some coaching? And Kali said, well, we were talking to Mary this morning, and she's like in a crossroads with what she wants to do with her career. So I don't know whether, Mary, that's something you'd like to be coached on, is it, today?
Yes, I would value it.
You would, okay. So what we'll do is we'll coach Mary for a little while. We'll find out what's going on for her, and we might stop. Hi, Rosemary. We might stop as we go through and just explain kind of what we're doing. So, Mary, tell us what's going on for you at the moment.
I'm at a bit of a crossroads. I'm a finance manager, and I've always worked in finance, but I'm trying to change my career to the coaching side rather than the finance side. So I keep getting offered more finance work, so I take that rather than push forward with the coaching, which I am coaching as well, but on a lesser level.
So tell us what you're doing with your coaching.
Coaching, I'm in a business coaching their staff because they like their staff to all have a few sessions, and then I have a couple of people outside that I coach on a personal level.
So how many people have you been coaching in this business?
In the business, I've probably done about 12 in total, I think.
Okay. And you've been doing that for how long?
Over the last 2.5 years, I think.
Okay.
They tend
So they
to get
must
3
value what
sessions
you're
each.
doing then.
Sorry?
They must value what you're doing then.
Yes, I think they do. I think it has made a difference to the staff. Some people have then left the company, but they obviously weren't right for the company. But any new staff that come in, I tend to spend 3 sessions with them. And more if they then require it.
So you say you're at a crossroads. You're doing coaching.
Yeah.
You work part-time as a finance manager.
Yeah.
And you've also taken on some other work. So you've been coaching for 2.5 years with one company.
Yeah.
You're getting good results.
Yeah.
I know that because a couple of them have come on our NLP practitioner course.
Yeah.
And you've coached about 12 people. But on the other hand, you're still working as a finance manager part-time. And I believe you're also offering to do some bookkeeping with somebody, a company of vets, is that right?
That is right, yeah. Yeah, because
And
that was an old boss of mine that asked me about. Because a couple of reasons. One, it gets me, the person that's asked me has got an accountancy practice, and that potentially would open me up to business owners that he also works with. I do plan to share out workload with people that I work with already, so it wouldn't necessarily be me doing all of that finance role. And it just might open avenues into the vets as well. And those organisations and contacts they have for people that may want coaching as well as finance. I do.
So your strategy. So tell us, ideally, what would you like to be doing? What was your heart's desire? What do you want to be doing? Do you want to be doing finance? Do you want to be doing coaching? Do you want to? What do you want to be doing?
Yeah, I want to do coaching, and I want to go into businesses or or privately coaching to help people move forward, and that is what I want to do.
Right.
Financing is just what I know. Financing role. I know the coaching role obviously as well, coaching, but businesses need accountancy side of things. Coaching is a growing thing. I think that businesses are becoming aware of the benefits of.
So your strategy is to get work doing finance.
Yeah.
In order to get in with companies so you can do coaching with them.
Yes. And possibly not do the financing stuff myself. I've got people around me.
But you're going and marketing yourself as being able to do finance and bookkeeping for them.
But I am also voicing that I am a coach.
Okay. So
I want to be able to offer a bit of a package. It feels like I'm in a transitional period.
Who's going to do the finance work?
Eventually, my sister and my sister-in-law, I think.
Right.
And then
so you're doing the business development to get in with business owners through this accountant.
Yeah.
So that you can get bookkeeping, accountancy work, which you'll delegate to your sister.
Yeah. And my sister-in-law.
And then hopefully you then can get coaching work from them.
Yeah, because I think there's lots of smaller business owners that would really benefit from the coaching and often need it.
So why is it you think that that is a good strategy to have? What's the
I think especially in smaller business owners, and perhaps it's because I'm going for smaller businesses, they legally need to have the finances done and be right. Whereas coaching is probably more of a luxury, or seen as a luxury to them. So not what they would initially look for.
Okay. So it's a way of getting to know people.
Yeah.
See, in my early days, I used to do business improvements in quality with quite a lot of companies. And do you know how many I managed to cross over and sell into leadership training and coaching and stuff?
No, tell me, Steve. Is it not very many or none?
Well, it was one. I did a breakthrough day with a managing director of a company. But I just thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I probably need to change my narrative to be a coach and not the finance manager.
Change your narrative.
Mm.
So if you could have anything at all, what would you like to be doing next week, the week after for your career?
Yeah, it is the coaching. That is what I want to do.
Okay. So what is it you think that's keep going? You need to be finance manager.
I just know there's definite work there.
Okay.
That's what it boils down to.
So have you got a pen with you?
I have.
Would you like to draw a little stick man, person, lady on your page?
Yeah.
And write Mary on the top. So I'm just going to talk to the guys for a minute. So Mary has a little stick person called Mary. And Mary's stick person is her ego. Her ego knows everything about her past. And her ego's job is try and keep her as Mary. But she also has another self, a true self, a soul, if you like to call it that, a true self. Let's call it true self. I think the coaching part, this is what I'm thinking, is coming from her true self, her heart's desire, because she keeps saying that. But I think Stickman Mary is trying to keep her as she is. And Stickman knows all about her insecurities and all about her, oh, what if I run out of money? What happens if it won't work? I better keep coaching because we need a new roof, etc. And that's a good way of getting in with these people. And if it all doesn't work out, I can still carry on coaching. That's kind of my hypotheses, if you like. So let's go back to Mary. So Mary, your ego versus your true self, I think.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
I think that's probably a true statement. Yeah.
Okay. So on the one hand, you want to be true to yourself and do coaching in businesses and with individuals, something you're very, very good at. You're a master practitioner of NLP. But the other part of you, the part of you represented by Stickman, wants to keep you as you are.
Yeah.
So Stickman, anytime you feel any negative emotions or scared or worry or fear, that's always coming from Stickman. It's never coming from the real you. Because the real you doesn't know about all that stuff. The real you was once a little girl who was carefree, but then all this stuff's been landed on you from your script and fed into you from childhood about what's right and what's wrong, and it's important to have a steady job. It's important to go to university and do this and have a career. What kind of things were fed into your script when you were little, growing up?
It would have been it's important to get a job and earn money and be able to look after yourself.
And there's no harm in that, is there?
No, because everybody has to live, don't they, and pay their bills. I don't know why I'm still stuck. I'm in a position now I could. I suppose I'm getting older. I feel like I need to secure my retirement. So that makes me think I need to earn money, definite money, so that that's why.
Definite. What can you just tell us what definite money means? What's definite money? I'm gonna write that down. Definite money.
Definite money probably means money sat in the bank so I can see it there. And I know
Definite
I've always
money.
got it. I don't want to be in a position that I haven't got any money.
Okay. So you don't want to be in the position where you've got no money?
No.
Is that a bit scary? Sort of having no money?
Yeah, that is scary to think I didn't have money. Yeah.
Okay. So where's that? What evidence have you got? What evidence have you got that you might not have any money?
No, it's just I suppose a logical thought for me. If I don't earn any, I won't have any.
Can I ask you how much you've earned approximately from doing the coaching with the company you've been working with? Finish.
Yes, I earn more money coaching per hour than I do on my finance role.
So can you just give me an idea of, how many hundreds of pounds or?
I've probably earned about £2,000 in coaching.
So you've earned £2,000 from coaching?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that definite money or is that?
That is definite money.
Is that monopoly money?
That's definite money, but I don't necessarily know when the next sessions are coming as a guarantee.
Okay. So So does the future bother you then about having no money?
Yes, I don't like the thought of not having any money.
Okay.
I'm not a risk taker, but I'm always a calculated risk taker.
So do you think at some time in the future you might have any money? Any definite money?
I probably won't not have any because I do things to make sure I do have it.
Who does that? Is that stick money? Who does that?
That'll be stick. That would be my stick man ego staying in the finance roles. Yeah.
And then you'll be saying you'll have money.
Yes. Maybe not as much as I like, but
okay. So you have just enough definite money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I suppose, and that could change. But there's always a need for finance role. That may change, I suppose, with AI.
Okay. Okay. Let's not bring AI into it because.
No.
Is it? So you think this fear of not having any money that's coming from somewhere in the future? Is that right? Because now, at the moment, you've earned £2,000 from coaching. That's definite money.
Yeah.
But some fear from the future is coming back to now. Going at some time in the future, there'll be no money, possibly.
Yeah.
That's scarcity.
Yeah.
So have you got like a bit of scarcity about money? It's quite normal. I know a lot of people have.
Yeah. I think it's more we've always just got by. We've always got by. I've always had. I've never gone without.
Okay, so you've always been fine.
Yeah.
It's just that somewhere in the future you think you might not have any.
Yeah. I don't know why I think that.
Can I ask you where do you think that feeling is coming from? From the future? Is it coming from the future?
I like to be prepared for the future. I suppose I've got 2 daughters. I want to be able to help them out, and the more I build, the more I can help.
Build what? What are you talking about building?
Financially, probably.
Okay. But ego stickman wants to keep you doing finance.
Yeah.
Then you won't be. Then the scary people, the scarcity people won't come and get you in a bit.
Yeah.
So you think your feelings about money are coming from somewhere in the future where you've got no money? Is that right?
Well, if I don't work in finance, I might not have any.
But
I know that.
But
Yeah.
at the moment, you have money in the bank.
Yeah.
You've just been left some money, I believe. You've got coaching clients.
Yeah.
You've seen opportunities to do some coaching with a vet owner.
Yeah.
And there's more opportunities for coaching in the company you're working with.
Yeah.
Because the owners are wanting to step back and develop people. So they'll need more coaching. So right now, at this very moment, you have not got a problem with money, have you?
No. No.
But you think in the future you might have.
Or perhaps it's familiarity.
Well, that's your stickman kicking in again.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So when you are coaching somebody and you're getting really good results, what does that give you?
That's far more rewarding than the finance. Yeah.
And what does that reward give you? What's that feel like?
Yeah, satisfaction and purpose.
So it gives you purpose.
Yeah.
And what does that feel like? What does that give you?
Yeah, meaning. So if you make something meaningful, helping people.
And how does helping people and having meaning feel?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, great.
It's positive, uplifting.
Can you feel it? Can you feel that uplifting
Yes.
feeling?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah?
you can. Yeah.
Good. So I'd like you to just stay in that feeling and just breathe and stay in that feeling with me, because I'm feeling really uplifted with your meaning. Dwell on that feeling of being uplifted and helping people, and how good it feels to have that real purpose. Just let your mind empty of all those sums.
Yeah, and you know, I
Hey,
find
I didn't say. Did I say you could? Did I say you could? Just breathe. That's her ego, by the way, kicking in there. That's Stickman saying, "Hey, I want to get involved in this." Quieter your mind goes, the harder it'll be for Stickman to come in, join us. Just breathe, Mary. Keep breathing. So what's showing up for you now?
yeah, I just need to take that leap of faith.
You need to.
I will. I will. Yeah.
So just carry on breathing. We're going to leave you there breathing. Yeah, carry on breathing. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Just going to talk to the guys. So guys, we seem to have got, like, on the one hand, a Stickman wants to keep her as she is because she's got some scarcity. But the thing is, the scarcity isn't real. It's coming from the future. The future, it might not have any money at some time. But right now, everything's fine. She's got a place to live. She's got two nice kids, nice husband. She's got a brilliant coaching contract with a real good company who let her get on with coaching. It's all confidential. But her Stickman, Mary, wants to keep her as she is. Keeps kicking warning signs out like, in the future, there could be a problem. And Mary's got this script that's got some scarcity in it. I wonder what would happen if she realised that wasn't real. That it was just a Stickman trying to keep her as she is. So Mary, what's showing it for you?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go for more coaching. I'm gonna ask for some I'll ask Pete if he does know any other businesses that he could recommend. Put me forward.
You notice how Mary's tone's dropped and the number of words she's using have reduced dramatically. She's now talking more from a true self rather than Stickman. Stickman was all I need to do this. I should. But now Mary's gone really quiet. She's tapping into that wisdom that No, she'll always be okay because she's always been fine. She's naturally resilient. And one of the things we believe when we're coaching people, you know, Ange, Kali, me, Liz, Lorna, everyone's perfect. They already have everything. They don't need anything else. She's gone through life. She's probably gone through some recessions. She's raised two nice girls, both teenagers. One of them, the youngest one, even wants to be a coach when she grows up. How fantastic is that? When Mary first came on her NLP course, she came along because she wanted to be able to coach her daughter, her youngest daughter. It was a bit stuck, which Josh did a good job because now daughter's 15, she wants to be a coach and help people. So Mary, what's showing up for you now?
Yeah, I'm going to create a plan of action and take steps towards it.
So this plan of action,
yeah,
is it going to be a long plan of action?
No, I'm going to start doing it now. I'm going to get involved in local networks and just put myself out there as a coach. Stop saying I'm a finance manager and I coach.
Good for you. Guys, what can you see in Mary's physiology? What can you hear from her? How her words have changed? What are you picking up on?
She's much more relaxed, body, face, and voice. It's almost like she's gone.
Yes, peaceful.
Yeah.
Now, the difference between kind of more traditional coaching growth model is we're looking at where she is now, what she wants to achieve, what her options are, has she got the will to do it. But this is more being curious about her situation, getting her map of the world, a mental map. And the more curious we are about that, leaves it into a space where she gets insights with a little bit of education about her ego and stigma and questions like, where do you think your feelings are coming from? Are they coming from the future? But really, this is kind of insight based. So we're not really too fussed about knowing her plan. We can tell from the conviction. And does it need to be a long plan? No, I'm just going to take some action. I'm going to do this. I'm going to speak to Pete.
So guys, what questions have you got for Steve around how he's worked with Mary?
Thanks, Mary.
Anything that you're curious to know? Claire, you're looking very thoughtful there.
Yeah, because I just want to know everything and I just want to understand and pick it apart on what you were listening out for and what you were doing. But I suppose that's what you learn on the course, isn't it? So I'm internally just fighting, don't sign up to a course, don't sign up to a course, because that's what I do.
Well, I'll tell you what we're doing. The first thing is we're trying to get her on the grow model. We have reality, don't we? But often, where are you now? Gets kind of skipped through. And what we're doing is we're calibrating on her model of the world. So we get her map, her island, if you like. And once we get her map and her island, all the questions are geared up to trying to understand that. And then we know that there's going to be her ego and her true self. And everybody's the same. The ego is trying to keep you as you are. And all your fear comes from your ego. Your ego is everything that's in your script. And we know that that's not the real Mary. The real Mary is like a light. It's always there, but it's got layers and layers of dust. And we're just pointing to her true self all the time, really. And how we do that comes from like our instinct of, like, when we want her to have insights into what she wants to do, in the same way when we're coaching, we trust where we go based on our own inner wisdom, if that makes any sense. So and we're not. So the key thing with Mary is this scarcity mentality that's in her script. But she's proven to herself that she's very resilient. She's always been fine. She's done a great job coaching in a company that keep asking for more and more. And there's many business owners in the area who the business owners she's working with wants to take a step back and have her helping develop people to take some of their role. And there's probably hundreds of business owners in the area where she is that probably want something similar. So she knows that. But her stick man keeps going, not letting her.
One of the big differences between traditional coaching methodologies and NLP and then 3Ps is that there's no techniques. There are 0 techniques in 3 principles coaching. So it's a much more intuitive way of coaching once you really understand what's going on and how to get them to where you need to get them. So I'm sure Liz and Ange, you've both done the program and are now qualified 3 principles coaches. It's quite a different way of working with someone, isn't it?
I think for me, just listening and going in with no predefined structure makes you a much more relaxed coach, and you're much more open to really listening. And I think that really puts everybody at ease. But the program was amazing, and I feel so confident in kind of my coaching and seeing the outcome from my coaches is just phenomenal. I've got one young 23-year-old, and literally she was like, after 2 sessions, she was like, I just have never thought that I would ever be able to kind of do what I'm doing now and feel how I feel. And I think that's just fantastic.
And I know for you, Liz, when you started the program, you used to have a very, very busy mind, didn't you?
Yes.
So how's that changed for you?
It's really cleared it up. And I know sometimes I can feel, if I feel myself slipping out, because I was like, that kind of stick man is like on my shoulder, I just like brush him away. But it's so nice.
Flick.
Yeah, give him a little flick away. It's so nice just to have that real time to think and not have the distraction of the noise. It's a very nice place to be.
Thanks, Liz.
Have you found that you can help people get rid of stuff where you would normally have used timeline therapy, but you can do it in a session like we've just done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One lady, yeah, she had a lot of trauma and held a lot, and I think the session was just over 2 hours, but it didn't feel like that at all. And it was just really kind of asking her where those feelings and the thoughts came from, and almost kind of getting her to snip them away from her back, just so that kind of released. So we did a little bit of like, why do you feel that you have to hold on to this? And I think that was like, she was like, oh, actually, I don't know. Why am I holding on to it, and why am I making myself feel like this? And I'm like, and then she was like, I'm making myself feel like this. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing once you realise that you are the projectionist? So there will be things going on outside. That's life. But
Yeah.
ultimately, your meaning is all projected from inside. Everything just settles, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can we just check in with Mary again before you finish off? So, Mary.
Yeah.
What's showing up for you?
Yeah, I'm just feeling quite calm. Just feeling quite calm about it all, and yeah, excited to see what I can pick up. Thank you.
Let us know how it goes, Mary.
Yeah, well.
So what's interesting about this session is that I know Rosemary's been to like 3 of these now. So you don't just get invited to come to one. You're very welcome to come every month if you want to, because every time you see a different demonstration, you get something new from it. I know Angie's been back and been to a few, even though she's done the courses with us. So yeah, the people are very welcome. But we've also got the free Secret to Mental Wellbeing with 3P's video program that you are more than welcome to download, have links to, and share with people you know. Let them see Kali and I doing like 10 hours of this stuff. Kali.
So guys, when we finish this afternoon, Lorna will pop you through an email just with the replay on once I've got that all sorted for you, so you can watch the session again in your own time. She'll also pop in the link to that Secret of Mental Wellbeing video program for you and give you some information about the program for any of you that are interested in taking that further. And Lorna, I'm kind of speaking for you and saying what you're going to be doing, but Lorna is also always available to have a chat with about how this might be beneficial for you and whether it's the right thing for you to move forward with, if it is something that you're seriously considering taking forward. And likewise, Steve and I always on the end of a phone for anyone that wants a chat about this stuff as well. So our next program starts in May this year. One of the great things about this program is that it's over quite a long period. So we only do 2 days at a time. So we do 6 modules of 2 days over about 8 months. And what we also do within that is that we have 4 supervision sessions in between sessions, just for a couple of hours, to talk about how it's working with your real life coaches. So what's happening with those? What results are you getting? Where are your roadblocks? What can we help with? And we also do 3 full coaching observations. And I know, Liz, that you found the coaching observations really helpful to really see where you're progressing. So we're giving you feedback in the moment as well as written feedback after the sessions. It's also accredited by the Association of Coaching. So we're accredited at their highest level. So this is the advanced accredited diploma in coaching, which gives you a route into AC accreditation. And we also give you a year's free membership to the Association of Coaching alongside the program as well. So it's a really, really comprehensive professional coaching qualification. But, you know, like Liz said earlier, the benefits that she got for herself, very similar to what a lot of our delegates tell us on the NLP programs. It's not just about using it with other people. It's about that self-development and changing that mindset and getting that calm, clarity and confidence in everyday life.
And if, say, somebody signed up this month, they have an offer on, wouldn't they, of like a 12-month payment plan, so work out how much? 2 coaching sessions a month or something, £400 a month?
Yeah, we offer 12-month plans on this particular program. So as soon as you pay your deposit, we'll send you out your materials and you can get started on those. And then we can do it over up to 12 months. So that works out at £400 a month. So the offer is on till the end of January. And as part of the program, you'll be coaching for 60 hours. So it'll be 10 sessions with 6 separate people. And even if you're only charging £100 an hour, that's going to be 6,000. So that more than pays for your program. And most of our coaches are actually charging much, much more than that. So again, as part of that, we'll support you in finding those coaches, helping you think about how you get that business in throughout the entire program. And a couple of the modules really look at your business side of things as well. So it's not just about, okay, this is me, I know how to coach, but how do I get those customers? So Mary, you know, how do you go out? No problem, Rosemary. How do I go out and get that business? So we'll give you support with that as well. So Lorna is always available for a chat. I think everyone here has got her email address and number. Feel free to reach out to any of the 3 of us for a bit of a chat about how it can help you.